Hello everyone, I am Dr. K M Manikandan, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Physics, Kamaraj College of Engineering and Technology, Virudhunagar. In this video, I am going to discuss about Einstein A and B coefficient. We know that when the atom absorbed by an external photon, then the atom goes to excited state, and during the transition it coming from higher energy level to lower energy level by emission of light radiation. So these are the three processes involved in the laser action: stimulated absorption, spontaneous emission and stimulated emission. The first process is stimulated absorption. In a system consists of two energy level, E1 and E2. E1 is nothing but lower energy level or ground state. E2 is a higher energy level excited state. Then N1 is the number of atoms in the ground state, N2 is the number of atoms in the excited state. Initially all the atoms are available in the lower energy level. When the photon incident on the ground state atom, this ground state atom absorbed external incident photon of energy E equal to h nu, then it goes to excited state. So this process is called stimulated absorption. Then in this derivation, so we have to relate stimulated emission and spontaneous emission. So that's why first we have to take the rate of stimulated absorption. The rate of stimulated absorption NAB is directly proportional to number of atoms in the E1 energy level N1 and the external photon incident on the ground state atom. The number of photons per unit volume per unit time, that is nothing but a Q. Q is the number of photons per unit volume per unit time. It is nothing but a energy density. The rate of stimulated absorption NAB proportional to N1 and Q. So this is equation number 1. In the second process is spontaneous emission. In this process, the atoms already available in the excited state. You know the lifetime of excited state atom 10 power minus 8 second. Atoms suddenly return to ground state without any external triggering and emission of one photon. The photon of energy which is equal to the energy difference between the higher energy level and lower energy level. So this process is spontaneous emission. Next, we have to write the rate of spontaneous emission. NSP is directly proportional to number of atoms in the E2 energy level. So this is equation number 2. The next process is very important process, stimulated emission. In the stimulated emission, so we already mentioned that the lifetime of excited state atom is 10 power minus 8 second. Within the duration of time, another external photon strike on the excited state atom, then forcefully return to ground state by emission of light radiation. That light radiation having the energy similar to incident photon of energy. So during the transition E2 to E1 energy level, there are two photons are emitted. So these two photons having same in phase, that is coherent in nature. The rate of stimulated emission NST is directly proportional to number of atoms in the excited state N2 and also the external photon incident on it. So that's why we taken as Q. Q is the number of photons per unit volume per unit time, that is energy density Q. So this is the equation number 3. So now we have derived, there are 3 different distinct equations one for stimulated emission, another two for spontaneous emission and stimulated absorption. So this is the first equation. See the first equation, NAB is proportional to N1Q. Next we have to remove the proportionality. So here, so NAB equal to B12 N1Q. So B12 is proportionality constant. So B stands for stimulated and A is taken as spontaneous. So here the suffix 12 which indicate for the transition from first energy level to second energy level. Simply we represented as B12 is a proportionality constant. So this is the equation number A. In the second equation, see here also the spontaneous emission, the rate of spontaneous emission is equal to the another proportionality constant A21 N2. So this is the equation B. A21, A indicate for the spontaneous, then 21 indicate for the transition from 2 to 1. Similarly, last one, rate of stimulated emission NST equal to B21 N2Q. Okay. So now we have arrived at three distinct equations. So then under the thermal equilibrium condition, the upward transition which is equal to downward transition. The upward transition only for the stimulated absorption, other two process is called downward transition. Under the thermal equilibrium condition, the rate of upward transition equal to the rate of downward transition. The upward transition only for the stimulated absorption. Stimulated absorption is NAB equal to the rate of downward transition. There are two processes, spontaneous emission plus the rate of stimulated emission. As you know that the rate of stimulated absorption is B12 N1Q, which is equal to A21 N2 plus the rate of stimulated emission is B21 N2Q. So rearranging this equation, Q is common, so that's why B12 N1Q minus B21 N2Q equal to A21 N2. So Q is a common term, B12 N1 minus B21 N2 equal to A21 N2. Then Q equal to A21 N2 divided by B12 N1 minus B21 N2. So Q is the energy density equal to A21 N2 divided by B12 N1 minus B21 N2. Next, dividing numerator and denominator by B21 N2. Dividing numerator and denominator by B21 N2. Q equal to A21 N2 divided by B21 N2 whole divided by B12 n1 by b21 n2 minus b21 n2 divided by b21 n2. So the common terms are cancelled with each other. N2 N2 cancel, here 1. So Q equal to A21 divided by B21 1 divided by B12 divided by B21 N1 divided by N2 minus 1. So this is a very important equation. The equation is represented as D. Then, so here the term N1 divided by N2. According to Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law, N0 is the number of atoms in the ground state and its energy level E. Generally, we represent the equation N equal to N0 e power minus E divided by kT. So this is a general equation. In our system we have a 2 energy level. That's why we modify this equation N0 e power minus E n divided by kT. So there are 2 energy level. First energy level n equal to 1, n1 equal to n0 e power minus E1 divided by kT. Then another energy level n equal to 2, n2 equal to n0 e power minus E2 divided by kT. In the previous formula, you know that n1 divided by n2 equal to n0 e power minus E1 divided by kT whole divided by n0 e power minus E2 divided by kT equal to n0 get cancelled, then e power E2 minus E1 divided by kT. Then you know that E2 minus E1 is represented as h nu, the energy difference, e power h nu divided by kT. So Q equal to A21 divided by B21 1 divided by B n1 by n2, we substitute e power h nu divided by kT minus 1. Okay. So this is the equation we represent E. This equation is good agreement with Planck's blackbody radiation, the energy distribution of blackbody radiation. According to Planck's radiation law for distribution of energy, so Q equal to 8 pi h nu cube divided by c cube into 1 divided by e power h nu divided by kT minus 1. This is the equation represented as F. Now we have arrived at 2 different equations. One is from Einstein equation, another one is Planck's radiation law for distribution of energy. The Einstein equation, the stimulated absorption and the stimulated emission, which is obey the Planck's radiation law. So that's why comparing equation E and F, here the term A21 divided by B21, A21 divided by B21 equal to 8 pi h nu cube divided by c cube. Then here the term B12 divided by B21 equal to here 1. So now, so these are very important coefficients A21 divided by B21 and also B12 divided by B21. We simply represent it as B12 equal to B21 equal to B. So these are one coefficient B. Then another coefficient A21 which is equal to A. So there are two coefficients A and B which represent the stimulated emission and spontaneous emission. This ratio is directly proportional to nu cube. So now which indicate that the spontaneous emission is increases with respect to the energy level. The conclusion of this derivation is the spontaneous emission is more predominant than stimulated emission, but the laser action is due to stimulated emission. To achieve the stimulated emission, so we need population inversion. Thank you all.